What's up, guys? So last week, of course, we did the live stream where we do the ball, and well, well, it actually went pretty good for once. The live stream actually worked. So of course, we're going to do the review because that's what I do, right? So for the most part, we got the ball pretty much built on the live stream. So let's go ahead and go through the box art here. Sorry, I got things in my way. All right, so we of course have HG Universal Century, so HGUC. Original Gundam going on there. Of course, you've got a great shot here of some gems in the background. Probably some Zaku parts floating about, it looks like. A couple balls flying at you this way. I know what I said. Of course, you have RB-79 ball twin set, because there's two balls. And you have, of course, EFSF, mass-produced middle-range support mobile pod. All the words, guys. So many of the words. So, of course, you come down here, and you got Bandai 2010. And we look right there. It says you have two balls. There's a rear shot of one of the balls. There's expanded on the artwork there. And I guess a story of what's happening in that shot. That's actually a really nice little battle scene. You got four balls flying around and some gems. All the gems. Okay, so you have all the stats for a ball here. 12.8 meters, that's pretty small. 17.2 tons, it's actually very heavy. 25 tons, I'm guessing that's depending on the armament. Power, I guess, is 400 kilowatts. Whatever all that is. Things, big old cannon. Nice, very good stuff. Alright, come around this side. Of course, repeat of box art, but this is 2010, so there's no BandaiHobby.net. And come around here, and you get 180 millimeter cannon right there, and of course twin machine guns right there. You do have balls, I'm certain that's pointing at little arm socket. Yay for that says action. Yay for action. And then of course a read up of some sort right there, probably about the weapons and guns, and you do get a neat little stand for it. Come over here and you have a warning that says, dude, I'm not actually going to say what I was going to say. It's terrible. You know how the warnings go. You do it. And then of course you got 1,300 yen, very affordable little kit. Little guy with the toilet. Okay, it's an old box. The art is not going to be on the outside. Here we go. Illustrated by Coma. And yet the balls are upside down. Just unavoidable. Alright, let's do the build montage. Should be pretty quick. This is pretty easy. Alright, go. So, balls, 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 and then balls, 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 balls. So balls, balls. So balls, 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 balls. It's balls, balls, just balls, balls, just balls, 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 and balls, 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 balls. You know, balls, 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 ball, ball, balls, 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 balls. Oh, balls, 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 yeah, balls, 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 balls. This is balls, 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 but balls, 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 balls. So balls, 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 just balls, balls, and balls, balls, just balls, 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 but balls, oh, balls, balls, balls. So here we have the other ball, guys. And as you can tell, I definitely went a little bit overboard with the paint. But you Patreons actually got to see this a little bit early. It wasn't quite done in the pictures I posted, but this is a big difference. I knew I wanted to paint it. I just didn't know what I wanted to do with it. But of course, I have leftover paints from all the other projects that I've been working on. So you got, excuse me, we've got gunmetal for most of the body. Got some flat gray here, the gunship gray, just around the cockpit area. You got some white right there, and I left the ring inside the same red. That's cool that that's two pieces. I did the same thing for little porthole windows on the sides. Other than that, we have matte gray over here on the arm pods and on the propulsion or backpack, whatever you want to really call it. And then down here underneath, got more flat black. I'll show that off in a little bit because there's an issue between the stand and the rest of it. Makes me not happy. And as you can see, I used quite a few stickers, so I've got a few, left over from other kits. So we have some, cockpit warning stickers here, because of course this is the main cockpit. Got some little warning things there, and found these little stripy things left over from a Xeon kit. I think they look really good. They pretty much fit right inside there. Come down to the arms here, and I used, it was actually a pure white gloss, and then I hit it with a flat coat. So that actually looks really good. And then silver for the joints in between here, and of course up here on the claws. I really thought that would be a really good look. Very NASA. It's kind of what I was going for. Like very legitimate, like NASA stuff. And then over here, you've got the 011. Number 11 is kind of one of my numbers for some weird reason. Another warning sticker right there. But if you come onto this side, giant EFSF logo. If you can tell me what kit that came from, shouldn't be too hard to figure out. But just let me know in the comments down below. First person who guesses it gets 20 points. just 20 arbitrary points. Now, I did take some of the red striping that came from the Origin gun tank and wrapped it around here. I was actually having a conversation with somebody else who's in the middle of a build, and I said, man, I really wish I had some red pinstriping. And he's like, well, you can always go buy the Testers or whatever brand. And I just realized, wait a minute, I totally have red pinstripes laying around. Now, one thing that sucks a little bit is that the paint makes the joints very, very super tight. Now, rotation, not a problem. But see, like this one, it gets a little stiff wherever the paint wants to rub. Now, this one's going to be mostly stagnant. I'm not going to mess around with it too much. See, like this one doesn't even want to move. And I want to be very careful. Okay, so that one's not going to turn, so I'm just going to leave it like that. As for the elbows, you do get a little bit of bend out of it, but once again, paint rubbing. This one is nowhere near as bad as this one, because this one I actually sanded a little bit. I took off some of the paint to make sure that it wouldn't rub. But this one is super tight, and you can see right there it's already scratched. So for the most part, that's going to stay like that. And then right here where the ball joint's actually mounted into the pods, you can see a little bit of white paint rubbed off. That's okay. I'm not too concerned about it. And still get some movement, but they're very tight, and I can actually appreciate it. Now, one thing I did a little bit different, of course, the thrusters back here got painted white, but I left the red inside intact because I figured a nice two-tone. I wish I could get it a little bit sharper. All I did was take the thrusters and stick them cone down on a piece of tape and then painted them that way. That's how I got the little thrusters underneath the same way. Those actually came out really good. The white did. I just cleaned it up a little bit. And then, of course, I added a little bit of chrome because I love my chrome pen. Let's see here. I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll show off what happened on the base. So first and foremost, I painted the base to match, so I hit it with the gunmetal. Now, what thing sucked, I grabbed the wrong can when I realized that some of this needed paint up here, which of course backfired on me. And I grabbed the gunship gray, so it's actually a little bit different up here, but you can see there's no paint there. It's been rubbed off because I had to clean it off. So paint here along with paint around the thrusters actually made it not function. But just real quick, you can see the nice little kind of warning stickers just going around that. I just thought that was a good look, especially if it's just going to be sitting on that stand for the most part. Now, I did have to glue this part in place because it was on a weird thing. It kept wanting to flip sideways for no apparent reason. Now, you can see down here what happened with that paint rubbage. So you can see it's actually come off a little bit, like right there. It's scraping there on that main thruster all around the back there. So for the most part, it's going to stay on this stand. But you can see the little thrusteries like that, little bottom boosters. That's pretty cool. Now, of course, the big draw up here is the twin machine guns up top. And realistically, it only has silver and white paint. The gray is, in fact, just the gray of the plastic, and then I matte coated everything. So I masked off the areas I didn't want to get paint on, and then I painted, well, actually I painted the green in there first, but then I did the white paint, masked everything off again, hit it with the silver up here, and then matted the whole thing. Now, of course, the center bit was just, actually didn't come out that great up top. You guys probably can't see it as well as I can, but up here, it didn't want to take paint very well. I guess I needed to clean it off a little bit better, but it came out not too bad. So same difference, I just gloss whited it. The only thing I taped off on that was the actual, like, the base right there, so that I wouldn't be scraping with paint. The little front kind of dish right there, or whatever the heck it's supposed to be, just hit that with my gunship gray, and then threw that sticker right there in the middle, or at least as close to the middle as I could get, and I screwed that up. Now I put these little kind of warning bands going around there and around the tips of the barrels like that. Honestly, I don't know what my inspiration was, but it came out looking very Ecto 1, and I'm still okay with it. So you get a little bitty warning sticker here. Come to the top, you've got an arrow pointing that way, so you know which way the gun has to go. A couple little random stickers that I just had there. Same thing for back here, little warning stickers. A couple kill counters, came from Xeon set. And of course EFSF, and then another little one right there. I've come back to the thrusters, just some warning things. No, I had a hot blast sticker, but unfortunately it was black, so I couldn't put it on here anywhere. Plus, this is a kind of a curved surface. Flat stickers do not really like going on curves, unless it's like one of these. So that's the only way that came out. But I really do love this thing. It's one of the better paint jobs I've done. Now, I will admit to you guys, I screwed up a little bit when I was assembling it. So I put this part in first because I wasn't paying attention. Despite the fact that I just built this one, I put this in first and then tried to put in the gray parts right here. You cannot do it because there's a lip inside this that has to go over this. So yeah, I couldn't get it in there, and then I had to pry it back out. I scraped it all to crap trying to get it out, so I had to just sand it real quick and hit it with another coat of white just so it was better. But I love this thing. It's so beautiful. It doesn't have a name, unfortunately, but I do really like it. And I think I'm going to put it on display at Hobbytown for a little while. Oh yeah, by the way, I got another little EFSF sticker right there. So that's the two balls together. And of course, just for quick comparison, see, that keeps happening. I told you guys, it just keeps happening. I'd have to glue it in place. And instead of polycaps, it uses these. I kind of wish it had polycaps. Maybe I'll have to find matching polycaps and use them instead. But so that's so you can see the similarities and differences together right there. But it's a really, really fun set. Very nice and easy kit. And I like the panel separation that I was able to do on this. I think it just looks really good. Now, I haven't done the larger cannon for this yet. I might not. I really do like it, but the color scheme for this was hard enough to figure out. I don't want to do it again. Try to figure this out. Now, one thing that does suck, this piece keeps popping off. It's definitely going to need to be glued in place. This little knot handle right there, just very, very annoying. But I love the fact they even give you this like area right here, so if it's like cranking, like kink, 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 kink. So if it had a gear turning right there, which is what it should have realistically. So this thing would need a lot of paint, a lot of masking to make it look really cool, or just give it like, make just the part that holds it, you know, white, and then maybe, I don't know, the main carriage area around here, maybe leave this gray. So maybe take after the either new Gundam or the RX-78's bazooka. Basically copy that color scheme, more or less. But I'm pretty much out of paint right now, so this is probably, they won't get painted one way or the other. So I still have it in the box, so that's not going to be a problem. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope that it sort of inspires you a little bit to, you know, do something on your own, like, you know, quick little paint job. I mean, this one's just, most of these parts came, you know, completely separate and masked them off whatever I needed to. The rest of them I glued together, like these pods here. I glued all the pieces together so they would stay together. But I've seen them done God knows how many different ways. I even looked up different custom ball color schemes and separation and stuff like that when I did it. But, you know, this was a really, really fun kit. Oh, I forgot to actually hit the tip of the barrel. Let's see if I can get it to pop on screen. Focus. Focus on the thing I want you to focus on. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, so you can sort of see it right there. Man, it's so small. It's like, I don't know where to focus. So just hit it with some silver, just to make the tip of the barrel look a little bit better. Go back to autofocus. Alright guys, that's it for the ball review. This was a really fun kit. And I want to find some of the other ones. I know there's more than one set. Of course, I would love to have the 7-Eleven ones. That's a pipe dream. Unless I can find one on Amazon or eBay or something for an okay price. Yeah. So stick around later in the week. We're going to be doing the Idiots Region Lays as well, or Regan Lays, Regan Lays. I don't know how they want to say it. I say Region Lays. Somebody brought that up in another video. And don't even know what I'm going to do next. Haven't even picked out the next build. So I'll talk to you guys next time. If you're unfamiliar with Patreon, it'll be right there. Go check out the video. It'll be in the link description, or it'll be in the links down below. Remember, as always, guys, keep on balling.